evening, ma'am.
Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm pretty well. I would say I'm pink in health, so I'm so very excited and I would say thrilled to be the part of this conversation. Tell me, ma'am, how was your day?
Yeah, my day was quite hectic today because I being a lecturer, I spend at least 6 to 7 hours in my college, and after
Mm-hmm.
that, all other works also happens, related to my college because we are going to have a kind of competition in our college. So we need
Okay.
to stay there for half an hour more to work on that aspect. And then I
Mm-hmm.
came back and now it was quite hectic, but now I'm quite okay to have a conversation with you. And what about you? How was your day till now?
Yes, absolutely. I'm in the same boat. My day was pretty hectic because my kids' exams are around the corner, and I would say I'm going to be disappear for 2 3 days because I need to concentrate over there, ma'am.
I can understand. I can understand. Being a mother, it's really a challenging and very tough job, to. So you are teaching your own children. I mean, you're not sending them anywhere for tuition and all.
No, no, ma'am, not at all, not at all.
Okay, that's very great, because you are also revising when you are teaching your children, you are into getting into that zone, and it's the kind of revision that happens,
Illusion.
when you're
Yes,
teaching
yes.
your children.
Yes,
Right.
yes, of course, ma'am. So, ma'am, let's just embark the conversation by introducing the ourselves. So, would you like to take the pleasure first, or should I?
Thank you. Sure. So, my name is Rekha Datta, as you know. So,
Yes.
I'm Rekha Datta, and I come from UP, Prayagraj, and
Okay.
I'm a teacher in an
Uh-huh.
intermediate college. I'm a lecturer actually. My
Mm-hmm.
designation is lecturer, and I also run a YouTube channel where I'm teaching grammar. My main thing for uploading is to upload the advanced level grammar, but lately I have started working out spoken English too. So I come up with a spoken English stuff
Mm-hmm.
where I'm talking about vocabulary, idiom, phrases, because I find out one thing that nowadays people are more into this. Instead of learning grammar, instead of knowing the rules of grammar, they want to get into the zone of knowing a lot of vocabulary words and they want to use in their conversation. So I thought of to have a kind of switch to from this
Mm-hmm.
zone to. I thought that it would be great for me, good for me to talk
Mm-hmm.
about this English aspect. And I also give one-on-one class. So it
Mm-hmm.
is I have started giving classes, from it's been 2 months that I'm
Okay.
giving classes to. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all about
Okay.
me. Yeah. Okay, Rekha ma'am, one more question is there in my mind from the very beginning.
Uh-huh.
Initially, when I was learning this language, I used to have this problem.
Uh-huh.
And the problem was that suppose you are not speaking to somebody. So I'm just getting into another zone. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
so
Yes.
if you're not speaking, if you're not practicing, suppose that for 2 or 3 days you find that you are not uh,
Exactly.
get the time to practice or talk to anybody. Did you ever feel that you are getting into a kind of slump?
Uh-huh.
Nation thing happens to you? I mean, you feel that, oh my God, words are not coming into my mind. I am tripping over my words. I'm stumbling upon my words. Does it happen to you too?
Yes, absolutely, ma'am. You are spot on. It happened with me also. If I'm not consistent with my practice, if I'm not on practice mode, I feel like that something is missing. I'm struggling with my words.
Right.
It happened with me. It's a natural process. That's why we always say, na, ma'am, we need to maintain that consistency.
Very nice, very nice. Yeah, you're absolutely right. So sometimes it happens that if you're not getting any partner to speak in English, or you're not, maybe you are too much tied up in your daily routine that you are not getting any partner to talk to. So there are so many ways to have a kind of practice. So,
Yes.
suppose you have gone somewhere, you're
Mm-hmm.
waiting outside the doctor's chamber, you have got traveling somewhere, so you can talk in your mind. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
just assume that someone else is sitting in front of you and that person is asking you a lot of questions and you
Question.
are answering. This is also a nicer way to learn English if you're
I
not getting any partner.
I have, ma'am, I have only one enriched head habit. First of all, I don't play the blame game and I don't look for the partner. I have already created one habit and I'm a custom of it that I turn on my camera, my phone. Everybody have that Android phone, right? I turn on my camera and I feel like that someone is sitting in front of me. That is my shadow, of course, and start talking to my shadow, asking a lot of questions to me. That would be a great idea to practice with your shadow.
Right, right. Very nice way of practicing English. There are lots of way, but the thing is that we should take the initiative. We
Hmm.
should think of how we are going to learn English. Fretting and fuming will not work for you. You
Yes.
need to get, out of your comfort zone. You need to
True.
get out of your slum, the rut which you have
Yes.
created yourself.
So my first question to you, ma'am, like I want to ask you the question: what was your struggling point when you were learning this language? How did
Okay.
you tackle? How did you tackle?
So initially, when I became a lecturer of English,
Mm-hmm.
at that time also I was not very much fluent in English. I got this job. I passed the examination.
Mm-hmm.
I passed the written examination. I passed the test. I appeared for the interview. Everything was so good because at that point I was struggling a lot with my
Mm-hmm.
spoken English stuff. Later on, when I got access to technology,
Mm-hmm.
initially it was very, very different for me to speak in English because I was not getting the right environment to speak in English. I was
Mm-hmm.
not getting any environment, not right, actually, not getting any environment. Not a
Mm-hmm.
single person was ready to talk to me. I
Okay.
was always in search of finding someone who can talk to me, to whom I can converse, talk a lot of things about my experience, my
Mm-hmm.
uh, a lot of aspects.
Mm-hmm.
But what happened that after this technology thing came into being and we started connecting with each other, and when it became a kind of compulsion for me to speak in English, because being a lecturer means you need to be very fluent in English. So
Yes.
what I started doing that I started practicing English. I would write every day one page, but
Okay.
my way of approaching to this language was not the right way. I used to
Okay.
write. I used to write a lot of vocabulary words,
Mm-hmm.
copying from Google or from some English grammar book, and I would write in my diary, in my notebook, and used to mark up the words. Oh, it
Okay.
goes like this. This is the
Mm-hmm.
meaning. This is the synonym. This is the antonym. But it
Mm-hmm.
never worked for me.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I wanted to use the word in my conversation, it wouldn't come to my mind and I would not be able to recall that particular word. So I
Mm-hmm.
thought that I should change my learning tactics, the methodology that I am adopting, the strategy which I'm working on. I need to find something else for it. Then I
Mm-hmm.
what I started doing that I started thinking that what would be the positive way of learning this language. I didn't follow
Mm-hmm.
any YouTube video that they are coming up with lot of solution telling you that this is the right way to learn English. If you do this, you are going to become fluent overnight. So I started finding out what is my weaknesses and how
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to overcome this problem of mine.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Then I find out that okay, I have this problem of using a lot of filler words. I have
Mm-hmm.
this problem of getting stuck a lot in front of other people.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
have this problem of not constructing the right way of the sentences. I was not able to
Mm-hmm.
see that how it works. So I
Mm-hmm.
started working on these weaknesses of mine, and
Mm-hmm.
then slowly I started getting the hang of the language, because
Mm-hmm.
I first of all you need to find your weakness area where you are lagging behind. What are the
Mm-hmm.
things that you need to add in your in your English learning journey, how
Mm,
you are going to reach to this label, in a very systematic manner. So I
mm,
started working on it, and gradually I found that I became fluent, and
mhm,
it took a lot of time, quite a
mm,
couple of years, you can say, to reach to this place. But
mhm,
I'm quite satisfied now. But still, I feel that uh, learning is something which goes over the life, which goes
yes,
throughout the life, not over the life. Learning is something which goes throughout the life. So
mhm,
not stop learning at any moment. So whatever new comes in front of me, I try to adopt it. I try to
mhm,
add a conversation. So yeah,
mhm.
that's
Great, great to know that, ma'am. And yes, you rightly said that learning is an endless process. It's a gradual process, and you need to learn till the end of your life. And because every day, each and every day languages keep on changing,
right.
right?
Absolutely.
All you need to just inculcate in your day-to-day conversation. You need to implement in your conversation. Then only you can reserve, I would say, reserve that position, whatever you set for you for yourself, right? So, ma'am,
Uh,
I want to one more question to you.
sure.
Being a lecturer, right? And like you said, just narrated your story that how you become well, you have a good command over English. So, what are your best hack that you would like to give to viewers, and the strategies? What would be that strategy that they can apply it in their day-to-day life so that they can be a fluent in this language?
I believe that there is no grammar hack, there is no cut corners, there is no
Mm-hmm.
hack.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you are thinking without going the process, you are adopting a kind of uh, easier way to learn this language. It never works for you.
Okay.
Always you need to go through the process. If you're talking about grammar stuff, then only that also needed a lot of insight into. Suppose
Mm-hmm.
if you're if you want to learn English, if you want to be fluent, most of the people I have found out that they go through the process of learning grammar. First, they
Uh-huh.
want to learn all the rules of grammar, and then
Mm-hmm.
they think that, yeah, I have learned all the rules of grammar. Now it is a perfect time for me to start practicing because I know the integrity of the language. But
Mm-hmm.
my personal experience says that grammar will not help you to speak English in a better way.
Mm-hmm.
One thing is that you need to listen a lot. When you
Mm-hmm.
are giving your ears a kind of habit to listen for the words, the sentences, how it
Mm-hmm.
goes, it becomes very easy for you to put forth, to
Yes.
speak in English, in
Mm-hmm.
a nicer way. Instead of getting into the zone of grammar, you shouldn't do this. Grammar is always needed. Why it is needed? It needs because it gives you really a kind of confident.
Yes.
I'm telling you, Rekha ma'am, have you ever noticed that there are so many good English grammar teachers are there available on YouTube? They are
Mm-hmm.
coming up with their excellent qualities of pouring out grammar stuff. They can make you understand everything, every
Mm-hmm.
single rule they know. But have you ever seen them speaking nice English? I'm talking about only Indian grammarian, Indian grammar YouTuber. Have you
Uh-huh.
ever seen them speak in good English? No, they cannot
Yes.
speak English, even if
Mm-hmm.
they know all the nitty gritty of the language, even
Uh-huh.
if they know all the rules of their language, and they are not able to speak in English. The
Mm-hmm.
reason being that they are practicing less. They are not practicing in English. So
Yes.
my hack or whatever or strategy or method or whatever you call it is to practice a lot.
Lot.
Speak a lot. When
Lot.
you're speaking, when you're giving your mouth a kind of practice
Right.
to
Mm-hmm.
speak certain words, even it is very difficult to pronounce, it will happen. The
Mm-hmm.
bottom line is speaking, and speaking. That is
Mhm.
going to work for you. Nothing
Oh,
else.
yes, indeed, indeed, ma'am.
But yes, Rekha ma'am, grammar is also needed. Why it is needed? For your own confidence. When you
Mhm.
know the rules of grammar, you're very certain about putting forth your
Mhm.
words, sentences. You know that you're not making any mistake. You know you're very confident from inside, and that
Mhm.
is very much needed. Confidence is the best thing, whenever you're connecting with someone. If you
Mhm.
are having confidence, you can speak in English. We are not bothering whether you're making mistake or not. So that
Mhm.
is the best thing.
Yes, yes. True that, ma'am. If you want to learn this language, the first funda is practice, 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 practice before you preach. It's very important because this is just a language only. So language
Right.
comes by speaking skills. The more you will speak, the more you will learn. Yes, grammar is an integral part of this language. If you want to become a fluent speaker and if you want to portray yourself as an eloquent speaker, then you need to learn the ABCD of grammar as well. We can't neglect the
Right.
grammar part for it. And it's, I would say it is an insightful conversation with you. I learned a lot from you because you're experienced, right? And I'm not going empty handed. I have a lot of in my basket. I learned
Same is
many things.
here. Same is here too. I have also learned a lot.